Hello. Hello. I'm hoping I am on both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. To anyone who is watching for the first time, my name is Corrie Thorne. I am the founder and creator of More Than Existing and the official owner of this page and of this work that I do. I want to talk a little bit about what's happening. There you are, Felicia. I'm like, where's Felicia today? She's not in yet. Telling you, special reward for always being that first one. So, good evening, Carlene. Welcome to my bedroom. I have my office is apart. My computer's been in here because I've had company. My family is here visiting, so my office has a mattress on the floor, and they're gone. But I don't have my office put back together yet. So you're in my bedroom with me. So welcome to my bedroom. And hello, Brenda. Hello, and hi, Christy. Hi. And to everyone else that's watching, hi. Hey, my camera just went out of focus. Hold on. I don't know why. Hopefully it'll come back in. So I wanted to quickly come in. I am still waiting for my new grandbaby. We are going into the hospital at early tomorrow morning, about 6:30. And hopefully by tomorrow, we'll have a new baby in our family. That's the hope. But I want to talk a little bit about what's going on. It is crazy energy happening. And I have an imposter. So on Instagram, there is an imposter who is impersonating me, sending out messages, scamming people or trying to scam people, and having full conversations with people in the messages about getting a reading and paying for a read. They're even giving like PayPal information of how to get to this PayPal. And that's not me. That's not my PayPal. That's not my page. I would never, ever send you messages like that. Do not engage in the conversations. Today, they said they were telling people I was from Nova Scotia. And so it is not a funny matter. There is nothing more horrific than being impersonated and not being able to get places like Facebook and Instagram to be able to take this down. It has been reported and reported and reported. I can't see it. I can't block it because they have me blocked, so I can't see them. And so it's been going on now for days. So it comes up as Corrie __ there's 2 underscores, so there's a bigger space, Thorne. And the message, if you get any messages saying that I'm offering you a reading and you can just pay for those readings, don't respond. Please report it. Please block it. It is not me. Not me. So I've put posts everywhere. There's a post on Instagram about it. There's a post on my Facebook page about it. I've put it in the stories, and people are still answering because they're not seeing my post. So I've got a lot of things happening all the way around. My posts are going nowhere. I've been kind of booted from my post being seen. And so share out that post if you see it. So that other people will not get scammed by it. Don't fall for it. It's hard. It's very, very hard. And it's a personal attack. And it just hurts that there's people like that out there that do those kinds of awful things. These are not good human beings, and it's not good. So people are gone mad. Yeah, there is a whole world of imposter energy out there that is just everywhere. So that's what's happening. I don't have long with you guys. I have my dad here. So I have my dad. We are watching a hockey game. We're watching Calgary. So I want to hang out with my dad as much as I can. But because I have not been in here in a while, I was really sick last week. I had this horrible cold. I was in bed for 2 days, 3 days, and I would get up and try to record your monthly zodiac messages. So I would get up, record a couple of videos, get back in bed again. I would put a shirt on, and then I would get up and record, and then I'd get back in bed again because I could barely sit up. And so, and so I'm better now, thank God, because I got to go in the delivery room tomorrow. So yeah, and tomorrow I should be having a new grandchild come into this world, a new little granddaughter. So, but I did want to stop in for a few minutes because then I'm not going to get back for a couple days, I am sure, into these places. So I wanted to use my broadcasting system so it would go to YouTube, it would go to Facebook, and so that people can know not to respond to those messages if you're getting them. I want to protect you all as much as I possibly can. And I want you to just know, do not respond to those messages at all, at all. Yes, it's so exciting. So yeah, so that's the big thing. I do want to talk a little bit about the energy that we have happening. This is some crazy energy. We have a lot of, how do I want to put this? It almost feels like an exposure, like almost as if we're being revisited by the past, or everything that kind of is not really our truth is appearing, like yes, Destiny, exactly. It is totally a scammer. It is somebody impersonating me. I'm so disappointed in places like Instagram and Facebook and what they do not do to help protect us, because they are allowing this to continue, even though they have so many reports that this is fraudulent and that that's happening, and they still keep freaking allowing it. And it shows up that it has like over 2,000 followers. I don't have my Instagram account, don't have that by naturally trying to get my Instagram followers, because I don't ever pay to get followers anywhere. I don't pay, because you can buy followers on YouTube, you can buy followers on Instagram, and you can buy followers on Facebook. And I don't believe in doing those things. So I've been just allowing mine to organically grow over the years, and who finds me, and who don't. And so, yeah. And so that's happening. Please do not respond to those messages. Do not send money. Do not send money to those places. If you want to be into any of my work or any of my classes, you purchase it directly on my website. Everything comes from my website or from the More Than Existing Academy of Higher Consciousness. And so any events that I post, the link will take you directly to a secured site. So yeah, and so that's what's happening. But with this energy that we have, there's a lot of like that resurfacing that's coming up, really truly finding that kind of the things that stung. So the things that would have stung you. So the things that hurt, the old relationships, words, language that may have been used, somebody who may have called you not nice things or said not nice things about you. And for some reason, all of a sudden, you find yourself remembering them, or they're coming up and you start to think that way, or you stop kind of like having confidence in yourself and you stop believing in yourself. And it's like, where's this coming from? I really wasn't in this position. I wasn't in that place. And then all of a sudden, here it is. It's right in your face. You're feeling it again. And that's what it's been like the last few days. We are in a Mercury retrograde. And some people look at retrograde as like, oh God, everything that can go wrong. And it does with electronics. My email went down for days. Like And I said, what it was trying to tell me was that I don't need to work right now. Like, you need to rest, you need to slow down, whatever that may be. And so in Mercury retrograde, it gives us an opportunity to, it's an opportunity to pause. It's an opportunity to reflect. It is a slower moving energy is what it feels like. And we feel like we can just like, we slow down. So you can go into the chaos of the mind and try to push and force things to happen. Or you could really just allow things to naturally happen. And a lot of times it just kind of removes not the obstacles, but the things that we try to force that were really never for us. And one of the most beautiful things I think that I can say that I'm so appreciative of over the years, one of the biggest things for me is the sense of, I'm so glad I didn't get the things that I've wished for. That because that was the versions of me that had a idea in her head of what she thought she should be living or how I thought things should be. And that's not always the case, right? Like, there's so many other, like, once you start to become this essence of your truth, you realize that a lot of the things that you really tried to force and happen into your life or trying to stay in your life that were really never for you, were, thank God they didn't appear. I'll give you an example. When I was in my like early 20s, I was a little bit of a rebel girl. Not bad, but just I loved to party. I loved to have fun. And I used to have this, thought in my head that I wasn't, whatever boys can do, girls can do, but in a young adult, like, F that. I don't care what other people think. I'm doing what I want to do and blah, blah, blah. And I had in my mind, and I used to always say this, I wanted to get a tattoo of a monkey swinging from a vine on my hip that said, "Welcome to my jungle." Now, nothing ever aligned for me to get that tattoo. Nothing. And the money was never there. I was a hairdresser in the days when haircuts were $15. Like, I spent 30 years in the hair and skin in the hair industry, in the beauty industry. And we didn't make big money back in the day. And we still, we had to work really hard and I was single and had to pay for things. But I used to always say, someday, I'm telling you, someday I'm having that tattoo. Someday I'm getting a tattoo of this monkey swinging from a vine. Thank God, I emotionally and spiritually matured, and I moved beyond that rebel archetype, and that never, ever came to life on my body and into my world, because I would be looking at that now or trying to cover it up and thinking, what the hell? So the same thing that applies to us trying to force things like those doors that close, or the money that's not there for, say, I always wanted to be this in my life, or this is the job I always wanted. Why did you want that job? Why did you have such a desire to have that? Was it because you thought it would make you somebody? Was it because you were trying to please somebody or trying to prove your worth, your value? You just got that image, didn't you, Christy? I was quite the character. I had a lot of fun in life in my early years. And yeah. And thank God that was probably some of the worst things that I did. But the things that we so think we want. The other thing was, I always thought, someday I'm going to go back and I'm going to get my psychology degree. Someday I'm going to do that, because then that would validate who and what I am. I'm a professional life coach, but if I had this, if I did that, and none of that ever worked out. And then one of my dearest friends said to me one day, thank God you're not. She is a psychologist. She said, because you never have to work inside the box. And you're not the in the box kind of person. And she said, you don't have to be there. And so those things that you may be still holding on to, and still having like regrets or denying yourself the freedom to let it go and to just say, you know what, that's not really for me. Becoming who we are today and recognizing that those things were never for us, and releasing the attachment to the stories. And who am I today? What is it? What is it I truly desire? What do I need that will serve my highest good? How would I like for my, how would I like to be able to see myself in that future now? And knowing full well that we are ever expanding, growing, changing. We're becoming the person who aligns to that future. And when we allow ourselves to become the right person, the reason why that ideal future don't come when we want it to come is because we have to become the person that is ready to accept, receive, be responsible enough to hold the line, to answer the call to the essence of who and what we are here to be. And so you become the person that fits into the future that is designed for you when you stop trying to push that. And when you stop trying to push it, you stop living by the narratives, because then the shadow self is the one who's always trying to create that life for you. And you don't need to create your world around still trying to be validated, still trying to be rewarded, still trying to prove yourself, still trying to be any of that. The moment you stop all of that and you set yourself free of that, it's amazing how free you become in yourself. And you take those deep breaths and you breathe into the essence of life is unfolding. And sometimes we're here to take the journey. In my early 20s, I was not designed to be the intuitive guide, even though I had my gifts. I was then designed to be out having life experiences in different ways. And life experiences and living life is one of the major things that we are here to do in our life. We are here to provide the soul, the journey, the experience of gaining wisdom to bring back, to expand that sense of creating heaven on earth, and to show that we can create our heaven on earth. And when we learn to create our heaven on earth, we learn to live from that place. We stop trying to seek joy and happiness in that material world or in relationships and waiting till, I will be totally happy once I meet that right person. No, you will not. You will find something wrong with the person, wrong with the relationship, or you'll always be trying to get them to prove to you that you're enough. And that then leads to another repeat of the past. And your past is in your future, in your nows, in those moments. Same thing with a job. You can get the most wonderful job. You can do the most wonderful things. But if you have not done the healing work to become the person that you need to become, you're going to be reliant upon that universe, that world out there, to be providing to you what it is your job to do. That is more than existing. It is about taking ownership and responsibility of your own life and doing the things that you need to do to bring that joy, to feel, to open up the portal, those channels of energy into existing in the joy within. And that's where we even are right now in this energy. We have the full moon coming up on Monday, and I have a full moon healing circle. So I have a healing circle. I have a full moon meditation workshop or class that I am hosting on Monday night. And so you can sign up. The event thing is right on my Facebook page, but you can also go to my, this is amazing. You're so meant to be here. Yeah, see, we show up at the right time, right where we need to be, Jennifer, right? It's like, this is when the messengers have a message for you. And so, yeah, so you can be a part of that meditation healing circle that I'm doing on Monday night. Let me tell you when it is. Let me find out myself of what I'm doing on Monday. I figured it would be the perfect time with a new grandbaby coming in. So it is called The Forces and Flames. This is it. It is the forces and flames of the fierce and beautiful divine. It is a full moon healing circle and meditation where I step in and I guide you through. I facilitate, I hold the space, I help you to bring forth that healing energy, to awaken that healer within you, and call in the white light and the healing to be able to help you in some way. And it's usually about, it starts at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time, and it's usually about an hour and a half, and it's $33. And you can go right to the link. It brings you right to the link, and you can sign up and come in and join me. And then on May the 29th and 30th, I have a weekend class, and that one is the Rainbow Connection. These are all on Facebook. Just go to my Facebook page, go to events, or go to my website, and you can go to events there, and it'll bring it all up for you. And that one is about stepping into the light. It is using light language and the white light, the rainbow light of connection and healing. And then June the 11th, a one-day class, and that is strengthening your psychic abilities. And you don't have to become a psychic or a medium to strengthen your psychic abilities. We should all be strengthening our psychic abilities to learn the power of reading energy for what it is, so that you're not taking on other people's energy and believing it to be you. Sometimes your shitty day is not really you. You've just absorbed so much energy that is not your energy, not your truth. And you just need to be able to use discernment and to be able to judge, and then to be able to release some of this. And so it also allows you to be able to trust your own intuition and know what it is, instead of, we get the first thought, and then we run with the doubt, and we run with it's like getting the red flag. If someone is being shitty to you, and then you're like, oh no, maybe they didn't mean it, maybe that's not the way it was. And your body felt it, and then you deny yourself the opportunity to already stop something from going further, because you didn't want to listen to the red flags. Because we all have a narcissistic tendency to want to be the person that can change somebody's life. Well, you can't. So that class will help you to stop doing that and to trust yourself. That's strengthening the psychic abilities within, to be able to read through that energy, to trust yourself, and to work from there. So yeah, that's what's coming out. And so I'm just going to provide a card to go with this. Hello, everyone who's joining in. My cat, isn't she a pretty cat, Linda? She is a rag doll. She is a lilac rag doll. So she has the purpley hue inside of her ears, and she is almost 13 years old. So she'll be 13 in September, and she's still like a kitten. You love my website? Thank you, Destiny. Yeah, I have a pretty cool website. If you've not checked out my website, Lisa Richard of Loving Energy Recharge has designed my website. You can go pull a card. It'll take you to TikTok, to a TikTok video with it. My website is full of amazing things. It takes you to all of I have 2 YouTube channels. One is She Is More Than Existing. It is a podcast channel. It takes you there. It takes you to my radio show, which I just recorded today. Yeah. So hello, everyone. Hello. Your TV quit on you, only 2 years old? Yeah, it's Mercury Retrograde. I'm telling you, it is so crazy. Hello, Susan, and everyone else who's joining in here. This has been happening to me all week, finally seeing clearly why it's happening, and glad that I did. Yes, right? Wendy, I have a dog like that, still thinks she's a puppy. Yeah, right? They just don't age. They're so young at heart and young in their ways. It is, and so she's always teasing the Yorkies. So let's see where this energy, I can't stay though. I had to come in and give you all these messages, tell you, do not answer those messages. I would not ask you for money in any message. I would not be, at offering readings and telling you to pay through any PayPal. That's not my PayPal. You're paying someone. God only knows where they are. It is scammers. They are impossible. They are impersonating me. Don't accept it. It comes up Corrie __ Thorne. God only knows what other ones they have out there, but they have me blocked, so I can't report it. And so we have the Queen of Michael. And the Queen of Michael really is in this trusting. And just as I was just speaking to, it is just being able to know the power of your own intellect. Our logical self has a really good purpose and a reason why we have it. Using discernment and your free will is an absolute must. Like your judgment and your free will, nobody overrides your free will. Anything that anyone does of their own action is their choices that they're choosing to make. Anyone laying that blame up on you, or you feeling like you have to take responsibility for things, that's going into that emotional self, leading back into feeling like you have to be responsible for everything. Everyone has the free will choice. And so when people make those free will choices and decisions, it is something that they are telling themselves in their own mind. They are creating the story, the illusions, believing the chatter, the clutter, clearing that out. And Archangel Michael truly is here to tell us to sit back, to rest, to pause. When that triggered emotional experience happens, a breath, a step back and take a breath can really truly change anything that you are feeling, any reaction, response in moments. It's amazing if you learn to self-talk with love instead of self-talk of hate, judgment, fear, fight or flight, and responding that way. So this is us now moving into, what have I learned from those previous experiences? Where did I experience this before? And not passing through, not letting yourself go beyond that. And knowing that, okay, logically, I know I'm not where I was before. I'm a different person, a different time. It's a different experience. It feels like something I've experienced before, but it's not, because it's not the same experience. And so being able to judge where you are and then use the discernment in the choices that we choose allow us to be able to sit up, sit back, and to feel the sense of accomplishment, of knowing that you are successfully being that inner life coach, guru, healer that you need to be for yourself, to allow you to make the choices that are more like heaven than they are like hell, right? Been seeing triple numbers for 2 weeks, and my restaurant bill was 111. Yeah, and so I mean they're trying to. That's trying to tell you to pay attention. That is the guides, the angels, the spirit world. They do that to us. They connect with us. And so I'm like looking at Archangel Mike, like, what else was this? So they're telling us to look at the details, look at all aspects. Don't allow yourself to jump into the reaction response of, feeling like, oh my God, I got to jump in and do something about this right now. I have to fix this right now, or I have to go learn this right now. Whatever is meant to be will be. And one of the biggest things for me was 2 years, no, way more than that now. A couple years ago, I remember being at Oracle Palooza in Austin, Texas, and I so badly wanted to take this training with Colette, and it was expensive. I had done lots of training with Colette in different courses, Colette Baron Reed, and so we were all at her event in Austin, and a lady came up and she said, I would pay for this for you, because I know that you're someone who should be in this course. And I felt so shitty about myself that I was just out on my own. I was just finished hairdressing, couldn't hairdress anymore. And I couldn't take that class. And it was really expensive, like really, really expensive. And I'm like, why is this happening again? Why am I in this position again? Blah, blah, blah. And I felt myself feeling shitty. And then I just heard this voice just say, what if I have something better for you? What if I have something more than you could imagine? Well, that October, I think that was in June, that October, I launched the very first More Than Existing course. And there was something like, I think there was something like 24 people in my first class in that program. And it was the first of the 6-month program. It was my program. And it all came from listening to the divine. It channeled through. I then completed the More Than Existing book, the first book, and followed through with writing 5 more books, plus finishing the Oracle cards, all in a span of less than 3 years. Plus More Than Existing Academy opened up. And so everything that didn't work out for me because it would have taken all of my attention. But I ended up aligning to a woman here in Canada. Her name was Crystal. I started working with Crystal. I started doing some coaching, and she truly helped me remember by, who I was, and to restore that faith in me. Because going through all of these other things and not being able to be that hairdresser anymore, and all those changes in my life were also recognizing that I was grieving something of myself. And so when you allow yourself to sit back and pause and reflect, and not to beat yourself up for what's not working out, because what's not working out is not that it's not working. That's not working out. It means something else is working its way into your life. And when you allow the beautiful things to work itself into your life, beautiful things will happen. And so as we are preparing now with the second book, it got a spine. The second book has a spine. It has I have all the government codes and copyrights. Everything is all in the book. It is ready to go to print. And we are this close now to the moment we know it's going to print will be the moment we'll start pre-sales. But it's also going to be in a downloadable copy. It looks like a book online. It is the coolest thing. The pages flip and it makes noises when you turn the pages. I love the book. The online book the downloadable copy is going to be incredible. And it is called My Truth of Existing Beyond the Reflection. It is the second book in the series. Right? That makes sense to you? And so, yes. And so the best relationship you can ever have is the relationship you have with yourself. Oh, you love that? Good. And so epiphanies, the cards that we have 2 major arcana cards coming up. And these 2 major arcanas represent major life changes, life events that are, things that project and change our future. And that can be the changes that we make within ourselves that help us. And so we have epiphanies, and this card truly is this growth, these aha moments that really truly it's going to make swish noises. Cool. It is. It makes a swish noise. My book makes a swish noise. When you turn the page on the digital book, it makes a swish noise. God bless Lisa, who has put her blood, sweat, and tears into this book, and her daughter, who is also the creator of my Oracle cards, who also did the artwork for the Oracle cards. She created the book cover, and it is out of this world. So, yeah. So this is Archangel Raziel, and here's this rainbow light I was just talking about. See how this is illuminating the rainbow light? So the rainbow light is that of the essence of the truest versions of ourselves. If we can be anyone or emulate that someone within this world, it would be that of the holy, someone like that Jesus energy, someone who did the right things for the right reason, the compassion, the kindness, that walked away from the mob, walked away from the judgment, and walked his own way, but walked with people, never ahead, walked amongst people, to never feel that we are better than, more than, but we are all worthy and deserving of these beautiful lives. And so the epiphany that's coming up is that you may be, some of the answers to your prayers are in the doors that closes. And so an answer to my prayer that I didn't know that I would need would be never getting that tattoo on my hip. Also, it would be that course didn't work out for me. The things that couldn't work out were actually blessings, and I couldn't see them as that in the beginning, because it was then bringing in the beautiful things. So, if we just continue to be the light for others, if we continue to be that inspiration, continue to be of service, and keep our focus high, not low. Allow ourselves to do the things that are for our highest good, and to trust that. And with that light is not forgetting us. That light is not leaving us behind. It is coming in, and it is there for all of us. Meditation, 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 meditation. Cannot stress enough meditation. And then we have the moon, this beautiful moon energy. And this is Archangel Haniel that's coming in with the moon. Archangel Haniel, like Archangel Michael, comes in this blue ray, the blue flames. And what it's telling us is that this moon, when the full moon comes, what the full moon does is that whatever you are feeling within yourself, it amplifies it. So if you feel yourself getting frustrated and angry, you have anger and frustration within, and it's appearing as sometimes attitude. And so it is amplifying it. It is making you feel it so that you can acknowledge it. And what is this anger I'm holding to? What is this frustration? Or if it's joy, or if it's excitement, or if it's that sense of that desire to want to do something like right now. Well, it's shining the light upon it so that you do not neglect to do the things to bring yourself into full circle moments. Endings and beginnings are a must. And so it's the aspect that shines a light. So this moon is saying to us is that, going right back to the conversation, but listening to your intuition, to be guided through, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling? Is that feeling always there to, that I block myself? Sometimes we are the self-saboteurs of our lives. And when things are going good, we self-sabotage it because we don't feel worthy of it. We don't feel deserving of it. So we find some reason to become the victim again, or to become that disappointed little one in the corner, just going, see, I told you. That self-prophecy of saying, see, I told you, things are not going to work out. Nothing ever works out for me. That's the narrative of the story that you tell yourself, because sometimes we got to be willing to dive deep to see the why behind why we still do that to ourselves. And it's amazing what happens. That's what More Than Existing does. It helps you through that. And so we're going to complete this and finish this out with another woman, with another queen. So we started with the Queen of Michael. And this is strength, the courage to be able to stand up in inner light. And we will end with the Queen of Gabrielle, pushing us forward, that push, that desire that we're seeking, and bringing forth the beautiful golden nuggets. Okay, did anyone else just see something just fly across my screen? There's like a little squiggly thing just went and sideways. I have no idea where that just came from. And for anyone who's wondering why we're in my bedroom, it's because I've had company and my office is out there, and we had to put a mattress in the office because we only have 2 bedrooms in our new house. So my new beautiful office, that's a loft, I had to come in here and work while my company is here. So I have my dad who's sitting downstairs waiting for me. And so what this queen is just telling us is that, when we start to seek for the nuggets of our lives, where we have succeeded, where we've done well, and we stop seeking for the self-sabotage moments or or the moments of just being able to have that self-prophecy of saying, see, everybody's like this to me, nothing ever works out. When we stop seeking that and we start to seek the essence of remembering the things within us that help us, because that have been helping us all along, the reminders of who we truly are, that's been coming up and bringing this light into our world. So you start to remember that you are golden. You start to remember that you have that you are this beautiful light, and that you have strength and courage you didn't know you had. And that you start to say thank you for the things that have not aligned or didn't work out, because they weren't meant to, because you were still becoming the person that you need to be. And you may have got stuck in that. So when you let go of trying to be in control and trying to force things, it's amazing how our world will be so much more unlimited, more than what you could possibly ever imagine can unfold within your life. So exactly, Lydia, it is love life to the fullest. And the first 50 years of my life, I worked life to the fullest. I was lived, and I lived and was defined by work, about being there, making sure I was there for everyone, making sure, God forbid if I wasn't available. And the moment that I've stopped and started to be of service to spirit and to my soul self, and not to be so accessible and available, I said at 51, I'm just being born into what it means to truly live. And it takes making conscious choices to say no, and to have to do things that seems like this is going to be crazy. But I just feel like right now I need to do this and trust that journey, because because on the other side, when you are working and being of service to that soul, to the spirit self, and just saying, I'm now listening. I am listening. I am available for the good things in life. I am now to live this beautiful life, and work from that place. And as this moon appears, as we come through this retrograde, it's an opportunity to journal, to process, to give gratitude. The way that we find our way back is through grace and gratitude. Through grace and gratitude, show yourself the mercy that it's time for you to show yourself. Be kind and gentle to yourself, and be very gracious. And gratitude. There's a 40-day gratitude thing that you can actually take in the More Than Existing Academy that I created when I was very much on that part of the journey where I really truly had to look in and just say thank you for those doors that closed. Thank you for the things that have appeared in my life. And be present with you. Be present with you. You are worth hanging out with. You are worth being in a relationship with. And that's why you are really truly here, is to take off the mask. And in my post today said, confidence requires you to wear no mask. And when confidence requires you to, when you're truly confident, you do not have to hide behind anything. You do not have to prove yourself. You do not need to be validated. And you stop trying to defend yourself. Living living from a defensive state is so hurtful to ourselves and to our bodies. Sherry did 40 days of gratitude twice. I'm just going to answer. So Lisa Star Francis, it's been a pleasure to listen to see. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for always being here. Glad you needed to hear this. Yes, I am missing a good game, and Dad's waiting for me. So grateful for this tonight. Thank you so much for being of service and helping others. This really resonates with me tonight. You're so welcome, and love and light to you. Carla, I love the emphasis you put on service. I'm used to only hearing about its importance in my 12-step program. Thank you for sharing this. Yeah, and that's exactly it. Like for More Than Existing, and that being of service is, take the focus off of sometimes that self, that ego self, and put focus upon being of service in that light and love. Also is a place of balance in that giving and receiving. And it's a beautiful journey to enter into that place. So thank you. And Sherry, yes, has done 40 days of gratitude twice. I also have the power of prayer in there that's also available. An exhausting living defense of, yes, it is, Shirley. It is when you're constantly defending yourself. And I had to do that, not had to. I felt I had to live that way for so much of my life. And it's taken me a long time to be free of that. I stopped defending myself. I let people believe whatever they want to believe and responding in a defensive way, which is guarded, protected, rebel, right? It's just it's exhausting. It's just not worth it. Hi from New York. I would love it. Oh, I'm just done. Thank you for stopping in. I'm just going to go down and hang it with my dad, who's only here for another couple days. And at 6:30 in the morning, I'm going to the hospital to be in with my daughter as she prepares to give birth to her daughter, to her second daughter. And so, yeah, but I wanted to stop in tonight and just give a message, to be present with you guys, say thank you for all the messages and all the reporting of the imposter, for reporting it, blocking it, for helping me in all ways to take this down. Instagram sucks on their part for not doing what they should be doing to help us. If you receive a message, I would never be asking you to give you a reading for you to send me money. That's not happening that way. You purchase what you like from my website. I will never ask you for money. And right now, I don't even have my appointment book up and available. So I'm definitely not asking anyone to do personal reading. So don't accept it. Block it, delete it. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for being with me. Please share out these lives so that my work can be, let's get this back into the flow. And I will be back very soon. And I hope I'll have some really good news to share. Have a beautiful weekend. And if you would love to join me on Monday evening, please go to my website or to the events page, and you can click on the link there. And you can join me in an evening of healing circle in the candlelight as I take you through a guided meditation and to just be in the power of love and light for an hour and a half. It's a beautiful journey. So thank you all for being here with me tonight. Much, much love, and I will talk soon. Bye-bye.